Buongiorno. Have you ever thought about doing something different with poultry? Clearly I have. I've got a beautiful Gressingham duck in front of me and lots of fruit and potatoes and peppers and all sorts of ingredients. I will be cooking mine in a wood-fired oven, but you can also do yours indoors. The difference will be that mine will be a little bit more smoky because clearly it's done with real fire. But let's get started. I will be making some stuffing, but I'm not going to be completely stuffing the duck. I will make just a little, and also I will make a marinade for the outside. And I'll start with the filling first. These are a couple of pears. I have removed the skin and chopped them into quarters. Here is the zest from a quarter of a lemon, and this is some sage and some rosemary which I have chopped fresh from our garden. And this is pancetta. You can also use bacon if you wish. Some salt, and I will complete my filling with some pepper. And I'm now going ahead and stuffing the duck with this lovely filling. I said at the beginning that I wasn't going to be stuffing it completely, but I think I'm not far off anyway. It's almost there. I now want to close this because it will go in a spit, so I will fold in the bottom area, and I will place the sides across. And using a couple of mini metal skewers, I'll go through it and I will try and catch it so that effectively it locks it together. There, it's gone through. And I've done the same from the other side, but lower end. As this will be going on the spit, I will be doing a little hole in here, and the same on the other side. I'll put it on one side and I will get on with the marinade for the outside next. I want a contrast of sweetness and also bitterness in this recipe, so I'm now going to start with some parsley, a little salt, some pepper, large clove of garlic. This is smoked paprika. I will be putting most probably the equivalent of half of a teaspoon, and a little turmeric. I nearly forgot a little lemon zest as well. I'll give a quick gentle mix, and I will be smothering my duck with it all over it, including the bottom part of course. And to ensure I don't waste any, I'm going to put the duck inside my bowl so that it scoops every single piece. This is the spit for my wood fire oven. I don't know what these are called, but they will hold the duck together. So I will lock one in and remove the other one. I'll go and find the hole I pierced with the knife and put it through. My finger is on the other side, and I'm now feeling the end of the spit. There it is. And as it comes through, this little fork will be stabbing the duck so that it locks it into position. There. I can now safely put in the other fork and do the same on this side. I'm gonna be pressing it down and lock it so that it doesn't move. This will lock the duck in position, and the spit can go around and the duck will stay put effectively. And here it is, it's ready and ready to go in the wood fire oven. If you follow me, I'll show you. My wood fire oven has been on for a good couple of hours, and I've actually allowed to build up gently because I'm not doing pizzas today. And I wanted to reach a temperature of approximately 180 to 200 degrees, just like you would do if you were using your normal conventional oven indoors. So quick clean to the base. Quite simply, I'm going to be placing the duck inside it. There is a hole at the very back which I need to find, which is where the end of my spit is going to rest. Then the next thing I'll do, I've got a cast iron container. I'll place that underneath. I should say underneath the duck. Yep. And I'll close this. And Julie, if you come over here, I'll show what I've got here. Can you see this little indentation?
Hang on, I've got to clamber over plants.
Yeah, okay. There are some indentations here in this little plate which will lock the mechanism. And then that is what I'll be using as I decide to turn the duck around. So I'll start here, and
can you see the duck inside? I think it's too dark.
I'll put some light in there, maybe. Yeah, can you see now?
Maybe.
Maybe, we'll see. Is there?
We'll see on the camera. Oh yeah, there we go. We can see him. There's the little bit of flame.
I'll close the door and leave it to cook for a good couple of hours, but I will be turning it every 10 minutes by a notch so that it gets brown all around it. Also, I might have to top up with wood, of course, but I'll do that in between. The reason why I've put the container underneath is because I will be doing some potatoes and some vegetables. The duck will release some lovely juices from the inside. Those will go through the marinade, the filling that I've made, and the marinade, and they will end up in my tray, and then I will use those juices and the fat of the duck to cook the potatoes and the vegetables. So I'll show you that as and when I do it. See you in a little while. And I'm back in my little kitchen. Before I show you what I'm going to be doing with the vegetables, I wanted to say, if you want to do this inside in your normal oven, what I would do is I would place the duck or chicken or whatever, goose, whatever you choose to cook, on top of a tray. I brought one here from my oven, and then I would put effectively a baking tray or an oven tray underneath to catch all of the juices, and then you can do the same. I would not keep turning the duck though. I would just most probably turn it once, maybe after an hour, so that you get nice brown on both sides. Very simple. And here is my vegetable station for today. A couple of peppers, a green one and a red one, a few potatoes, carrots, and a red and a white onion. And I will be making a little marinade just for the potatoes, because I'm relying on the lovely juices coming from the duck for the rest. And talking of potatoes, I will be leaving the skin on mine. I like the skin, and this is what I will be doing, and I'll show you in a moment what I do. Remove the base with a knife so that you get a flat end. Place a couple of sticks, straws, whatever you might have available, and press the potato down with your hand, and also get hold of the sticks, and gently go down with a knife and start scoring the potato. Be careful, you don't want to score your fingers, just the potato, and the stick will stop you from going all the way. And there you have it, looking great. And it goes without saying, of course, I will throw them in as well. Next I'll make a marinade for the inside of the potatoes, and this is a little knob of butter. Add a little parsley, and I'll crush in another clove of garlic. Little salt, not a lot, as it would be salt in the juice, and some pepper as well. And I'll finish it with a tiny little amount of olive oil. I'm now spreading the mix into 5 different piles, as I've got 5 potatoes. And using your hands, just try and go inside each potato slice and distribute some of your marinade. Also, as you do it, your hands will be covered in it, so you can then distribute it across the entire potato. And for the rest, it's all very straightforward. I'm not going to be doing any more marinade, as we'll be totally relying on the juice coming from the duck. And I'll be using a pepper, and again, you can choose to use whatever vegetables you like. I like peppers in the pizza, and they taste incredibly good. If you do use pepper though, make sure that you remove the white from the inside, as it can be difficult to digest, and also the taste is quite bitter. Something else which tastes incredibly good is going to be also onion, and I've got a white onion which I'll chop into rough pieces, complemented by a red onion. My last vegetable is carrot, and I like to cut them diagonally. They look incredibly elegant. And I put everything in a bowl, ready to go in the oven. Are you recording? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, time to put the vegetables in. If you can come closer, Julie, I want to show what everything looks like. But also, before we start, I'll move my mic inside to show to you the lovely crackling noise. Wonderful. I'll put it back on. And while I'm at it, I will also be doing a visual of the duck. But let's get this out. And this is what I was talking about all of the lovely juices. And I'm going to show you what the duck looks like. This is after 1 hour and a quarter inside the oven, and I've been turning it, and you can see it's got a lovely uniform color across all of the surface. But if you look inside, see there is some pink juice, so that indicates that it still needs to cook as I turn it around. So I will be going back in anyway. I'll do that now. If I can find the hole.
Oh, sorry, I just got attacked by a horsefly. Sorry about that, everyone.
There you go. So my duck is back inside. So I'll give everything a good mix first. And I'll start by pouring in my vegetables. And also some more rosemary, again, fresh from our garden. A tiny little drop of white wine, this is dry. And lastly, I'll be placing my potatoes in between vegetables with the flat base at the bottom so that they do not go walkies. And I did say that I wasn't going to waste any, so these are the bits I removed. And in they go, again under the duck, so that I don't make a mess of my fire, of my oven, but also more juice will continue coming out. So that'll be about 40-45 minutes, enough for the vegetables and the potatoes to cook, and the duck will also have finished by then. So see you in about 45 minutes. Let's have a look. Oh, it's heavy.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay. And there it is. I have pierced it and there are no juices coming, so that is absolutely perfect. I will leave it now to rest for a good 10 to 15 minutes before we can carve it. And I'm now serving my vegetables. I have left the potatoes in the oven for a little bit longer so that they can crispen up. But these look like they're done, and they looks absolutely delicious. And lastly, my potatoes. Oh, look at them, Julie. They look lovely. I'm gonna be putting them back with the juice though. I don't want to miss that opportunity. Oh my god, they're hot.
That's why you got a spatula, dear.
I know, that's true really. I should use it. There you go. Lovely.
And this is when we always say, oh, why didn't we get anything else prepared that we could put in the oven and cook now and there's still flames? Every time we cook, we say that.
We do, yeah, but we never do.
We get organised. Except when Roberto was home and then he chucked a whole chicken in, can you remember?
Yeah, I do. And then he didn't, I did.
What do you do?
He got the chicken out and I took
The idea was his.
Let's go and eat. And we are at the table ready to eat, but I just wanted to have a look inside before we go any further. So firstly, look at the juices. They are lovely and clear, so it's perfectly cooked and also nice and moist. Oh, the smell from the pear is the first smell I'm actually getting. There is pear inside, by the way. I'm gonna get some of the lovely meat in there, and I'll see if I can get a little bit of pear. It has been resting now for a good 10 minutes, I think, so it should not be too bad. Delicious, honestly. You might not have a wood fire oven, no problem. Do it at home, as I said earlier, in your oven. It's lovely, really. It tastes different because of the charcoaly and smoky flavor, but definitely worthwhile doing. Thank you, enjoy the video, hopefully, if you watch it, and enjoy the meal if you cook it. Ciao, ciao. Right, we can eat now.